D-Day had failed? What if the largest amphibious invasion in history had failed? What if the beaches of Normandy had remained in Nazi hands? Would Hitler have held Europe, forcing the Allies into a desperate retreat? Today, we explore an alternate reality where D-Day, the turning point of World War II, never succeeded. History is shaped by moments of courage, strategy, and sheer luck. But what if luck had run out on June 6, 1944? The successful Allied landing at Normandy was crucial to defeating Nazi Germany, but a failed invasion could have altered the entire trajectory of World War II. Let's examine how the world might have looked if D-Day had been a disaster. Consider the consequences. Would the war have dragged on for years, with the Allies struggling to find another way into Europe? Could the Soviet Union have taken over all of Europe in its push westward? Would a prolonged Nazi occupation have forced the world into an extended Cold War, or even a Cold War between the West and Nazi Germany instead of the Soviets? The stakes couldn't have been higher. Now, let's explore what might have happened if D-Day had gone terribly wrong. Imagine this scenario. The Nazi forces, fully prepared for the invasion, unleash a devastating counterattack. Bad weather, high casualties, and logistical nightmares force the Allies to retreat. With no immediate second attempt, Europe remains under Hitler's iron grip. Here's how history could have unfolded differently. Stalemate in Western Europe. The Allies might have struggled to launch another invasion, giving Nazi Germany crucial time to fortify its defenses and strengthen its war machine. Greater Soviet expansion. Without an Allied Western Front, Stalin's Red Army could have advanced further into Central and Western Europe, potentially bringing communist rule to regions beyond the Iron Curtain. A prolonged World War, the failure of D-Day might have prolonged World War II for years, leading to further devastation and possibly the use of nuclear weapons in Europe. A different Cold War. If the war ended with an exhausted, battered world, the ideological divide might have been between democracy and fascism, rather than democracy and communism. Had D-Day failed, the balance of power in the 20th century could have looked unrecognizable. Now let's consider the most extreme outcome: a negotiated peace between Nazi Germany and the West. If the Allies had lost their best chance to retake Europe, pressure could have mounted for a diplomatic settlement. Britain and the US might have focused on containing Hitler rather than defeating him outright. This could have resulted in a divided Europe where Nazi Germany retained control over France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. A weakened Western alliance, with Britain standing alone while the US prioritized the Pacific War. A world where the Third Reich remained a dominant force, possibly leading to an extended Nazi regime lasting decades. With no D-Day victory, the world as we know it today might have been unrecognizably different. D-Day was a defining moment in world history. A failure on June 6, 1944 could have led to a prolonged war, an expanded Soviet empire, or even a Nazi-dominated Europe. This alternate history reminds us how fragile victory can be and how single battles can change the fate of millions. What do you think? How would history have changed if D-Day had failed? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the what-ifs of history.